And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to Gem into Crypto, episode 615. Today is Monday, November 30th, and I'm King here to bridge the gap between the community and crypto every day, Monday through Friday. And today's top stories: Bitcoin price sets new record high above $19,783. Weekend bull trap, traders remain cautious as Bitcoin price rebounds to 18K. Bitcoin fall may have further to go, JP Morgan forecasts. Coronavirus induced poverty will bring more Bitcoin crime in 2021, Kaspersky reports. And last but not least, Pizza Hut to accept Bitcoin for pies in Venezuela. But first and foremost, of course, let's go ahead and take a look at these prices. It is right. It is a green day. People is looking good no matter where you're at in the Bitcoin market. And it is official as of today. No matter when you bought Bitcoin, you can come out even today if you kept it in Bitcoin officially, right? Now, I didn't see the price at the all-time high. Again, I remember last time, I think I had the all-time high at about 19,600 to about 800 bucks. It looks like it is being reported on different websites such as CoinDesk as it being at its new all-time high by $3, $19,783. But right now, at press time, we have Bitcoin coming in at $19,508.83, up 8.41%. Ethereum's at $605.34, up 9.81%. Ripple at 65 cents, up 7.11%. Stellar is at 0.2 cents. Woo! Stellar is number 4 on here, up 2.86%. Chainlink at $14.19, up 8.59%. You got Bcash at 300 bucks. Litecoin at $83, up 11.9%. So again, almost everything is in the green today. It's crazy to see this. And here's the good thing. Again, Bitcoin's at the all-time high. Everyone's won. There should be no one out there complaining about Bitcoin not being worth the investment. And as we previously said, this is what a crypto investment actually looks like. Instead of it being a 1-year quick fix, it may be a 2 to 3 year, 3 to 5, 5 to 10 year thing, and so on. We're starting to see that now, right? Quick shout outs. What's going on? Tiffany from New York, Leroy Forbes, Will 45, Digital Bread, Madam Crypto, Clarence Dennison. Said we all about to be millionaires by Christmas, hopefully, but not too soon. We'll see. What's up, PFC Wells? Yes, yep, we hit the all-time high on Binance. That's right. So top story of the day: Bitcoin price says new record high above $19,783. Again, Binance, other sites such as CoinDesk reportedly had it at $19,780 back in December of 2017. Again, we have officially passed that. So, hey, hand clap for Bitcoin again. Now, many good things with this story. Not only are we passing the all-time high after nearly 3 years, but to me, what's even more impressive is that we hit 19.5 3 times now, right? We hit it last week, we hit it this week, and we hit it once 3 years ago. So already we're seeing good things in the crypto. This is a bullish sentiment, right? 3 years ago, we could hit it 1 time. 3 years later, we hit 19.5 2 times, and we're sitting there sideways at it today. So that is a good thing to see. Again, I think we do have a little bit more pump left before the year is over with. However, I don't think we're out of the woods yet. We kind of saw this weekend something that we often talk about in here is the higher the price of Bitcoin goes, then the bigger the price slips or the price gains will look like. Excuse me, the price gains would be smaller as the percentages increase, but they will look bigger as the percentages decrease when they fall. So again, a 5% Bitcoin increase right now in dollars won't look like a lot of money, but a 5 to 10% decrease is going to cut those thousands of dollars down by the chunk. We saw that, right? 1,500 here, 1,300 here. Before we knew it, we were at 16,700 going over the weekend. We kind of expected that again. We talked about Thanksgiving. We see the price dip going into Thanksgiving, or excuse me, it goes up going into Thanksgiving right afterwards. It dips Black Friday that entire weekend, and usually on Monday we see the bounce back. That has been true now for the last 3 or 4 years. I've seen it happen every time we go into Thanksgiving, it goes up, it drops right after, and we start this slow build again. Now, this is the time in 2017 when we did hit our all-time high, when we went from about, I think, $12,000, $10,000 to $12,000 to about $19,600 in a matter of 10 days. We did that starting from December 1st to December 10th is when we saw that all-time high happen. after December 10th, it started to trail off into the new year. Again, it started trailing off slowly. Martin Luther King Day came and went, and then the regulators came back and destroyed crypto for 2 years, right? So again, if we're looking at that same chart this year, there is a strong possibility I see us going past 20,000. I see us going to 22 to 24,000 just to say we went there. And I think as soon as it happens, that will be the official inflection point, and we will start that dip back down. Who knows how far or how long, but I think we will dip. I don't see us going into the new year pumping as strong, but I could be wrong, right? I could be wrong. These are my thoughts, but for people who have been in it, again, today we're at 19,500 right now. This may be a good time to maybe play the sideline and see what happens, right? Because you'll be a big winner if the price goes back down to 14,000, 12,000. And you won't be that big of a loser if it goes up to 21, 22 and you have to buy back in, especially if you're still dollar cost averaging. But again, I think it's more room for it to slip than it to go up to 23, 24, 25 and to stay up there. Again, even if we hit that, remember, since those will be the new all-time highs, we'll just be testing those levels. If we hit $24,000 in the next 2 weeks, we'll be testing that level. No one will be able to predict anything. That's the next article I'm getting into, that people try to predict which direction Bitcoin is going this weekend. But once we pass that 22 range, hey, all bets are off. No one will be able to predict anything. And that's when the real fun will start, right? And speaking of which, that goes into another story, weekend bull trap. Traders remain cautious as Bitcoin price rebounds to 18K. Again, I wanted to show this article, next article, as it highlights that you should not really be listening to what other people are saying to do about your investment strategy at this point. Again, it depends on when you got in. If you got in 19.5 and whatever, if this 3 years wasn't for you, you might want to take everything out, right? If you say, hey, I lasted these 3 years, I'm back even, let's see what happens next, keep it in, but expect another 2 to 3 years of growth. And especially if you're one of these people who are looking to trade in and get rich quick, I definitely don't think this is the time to buy. Because again, you could buy in right now. We could go to 22 to 24,000. From a percentage point of view, that is not a lot. Again, if you look at the percent, but once we touch that, I think we will test it and we will see an immediate pullback on it, which could be worse than 19,000. It could be such a big dip that it just starts that free for all again, that free for all action. But again, this is an article on Cointelegraph that came out over the weekend. Had a lot of different Twitter names, and here everybody was talking about different trades that might be going on. They were talking about the moving average, the 10-day moving average that some people use to predict which way the price is going to go. And again, a lot of traders were saying they anticipate another drop in the near term before the rally can continue over the weekend. A lot of people said they thought it would drop to the $16,000 region, which technically we did. We saw Bitcoin go down to 16,700. So in some sentiments, people were right about that. But a lot of people, as you can see, some people thought the correction would go to 17,400 and would stay there. Some people thought it would drop to $14,000 and stay there. People were talking about cutting their longs and starting to get into short positions, so on and so forth. And again, I say that Bitcoin isn't out of the woods yet. This all could happen in the next 10 days. But I also want to point out, they were saying all this over the weekend. They were saying, hey, get out your long positions, get into short positions. Bitcoin could go to 14,000, all of this stuff, and we see the bounce happen back to 19.5 or 19.783 as CoinDesk reported. So it's just another example of having your own trade strategy, all right? Having your own trade strategy, understanding where your goals are when it comes to cryptocurrency, and kind of going off of those goals, because if not, you're going to get in that psychological trap. We're seeing traders do it. One of the things I've always said since I've been in crypto is that, you know, there's like fundamental analysis matters just as much, if not more to me than TA does. Again, we saw that in 2018. We're seeing that now. The price of Bitcoin should be going up. It should be in a bull market. It should have been in the bull market. And there were no government regulators. I would tell you, I think Bitcoin can go up to 30,000 in the next 2 weeks. I truly would. But since there are government regulators, since there are third parties, since there are banks, since there are private companies who don't want to see Bitcoin succeed or at the speed it's succeeding, then I will also have to say that yes, like all bets are off. Fundamental analysis to me matters more because and I kind of see in this article, it seemed like a lot of these traders were trying to make the narrative fit their TA, right? Like, oh, okay, well, there's a dip now. This is probably going to happen next. This is what my 10-day moving average is saying now. Like, I want to see these same people and what their 10-day moving average is saying, that like 24 hours, 48 hours later, after they just called for Bitcoin to drop as low as it did. So again, don't get caught up in the Twitter trades and all that stuff. A lot of people claim to know what they're doing. Everybody might actually know the TA and what they're doing, but all it takes is for a big announcement to happen, and we all know that tide could turn. And what may have been an attempt at that big announcement, though no success, this isn't 2017 again, JP Morgan, they came out with a headline today that said Bitcoin may have to fall further, JP Morgan forecast. And this is a weird article I have on, so it's scrolling the wrong way. But as per JP Morgan Chase and Company, Bitcoin's recent tumble cleared some speculative froth, as they call it, but further declines remain possible. Commodity trading advisors and other quantitative funds likely played a big role in the slide by unwinding long Bitcoin futures positions, strategists at the investment bank wrote in a November 27 note. So they're saying that some of that froth was eliminated because of their trading habits, the way that they trade using quant tables and all that. They removed some of the Bitcoin price. Now, to me, this is JP Morgan coming out trying to control the narrative, right? It's something I said that they would be doing, as well as other banks continue to see it more. This is them controlling the narrative. They think so much of themselves. The same company that in 2017 said Bitcoin was a fraud. Their CEO, the Dino Diamond, said Bitcoin was a fraud, wasn't real, along the likes of Warren Buffett and his pals and partners in crime. All of them up to 3 years ago still didn't believe in Bitcoin. Now their company, as they do so often, as Bitcoins they always say, it's like they're talking about their bitter ex-girlfriend or boyfriend, has to bring Bitcoin back up in the news. And they're like, oh, well, the reason why the price dropped is because of our trading habits, because we pulled some money off the table. It's like, no, JP Morgan Chase, stop trying to dictate the narrative for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. You wanted hands off. You didn't want anything to do with it. Don't make the headline of this is why the price is going up and down because of us. No one cares about you. You shouldn't even care, right? You didn't want to be involved at all. You didn't want to come to the party. So don't be on the internet or don't look at the comment sections of the Instagram after the party talking about, oh, I would have had better lights in there, or my DJ would have been better. We would have had better food. You didn't want to be a part of the party, all right? So again, this is just me pointing out JP Morgan Chase. Anything they say, whether true or false, at this point, is them trying to control the narrative. Even if this was true, and think about this, people, from JP Morgan Chase's standpoint, if it was true that their quantitative trading or their quantitative funds could increase or decrease the price of Bitcoin, why would they want to announce it to us? Doesn't make sense, because if they knew that to be fact, they could just short and long crypto when they want it, as they want it. It make no sense for them to have a report or a November note to come out and say, hey, everyone, we want you all to know the reason why the price of Bitcoin has been decreasing or increasing is because of us. They wouldn't do it. It makes no sense. They would just trade on the side and they would keep shorting and longing it. But since they're not doing that, essentially, they do have to come out and try to play the role of the narrator and say, hey, we're a part of this community. We can help make changes in this community, and look how big and powerful we are and what it can do for the community industry. So again, this is them trying to take the narrative. But if JP Morgan was moving it like they're saying it, then they wouldn't tell us, people. It'd be a big secret. We'd be trying to figure out how another Wall Street bank eased themselves into crypto, not knowing. But instead we do. Let's go. What's going on with Captain James T. Crypto? Ride from 400 to 19K to 3K to all-time high. Wild ride compared to other assets. It's crazy. Captain James T. Crypto, I'm with you. I mean, I've been in this ride from $400 myself. So yeah, I mean, you can imagine there's been times where I've been ecstatic and there's times where I'm super sick. But that's why you got to keep that even keel, as we can see in crypto, because any day it can go either way, right? And there's nothing we can do about it but just watch it happen at this point. But remember, the good news is, people, is that one Bitcoin will always equal one Bitcoin. Who cares about that dollar price? What's going on, Trek? PFC Wills. CAJ, good morning. Too Rich to Miss. Hello, hello, hello. Gervais Wright, Hodo Gang. There we go. Dexter Hans Sr., good day from Dominican Republic. Madam Crypto, hello, hello. Yami O. There we go. Do your own research. Haven't heard that in a while. That is true. Let's see. What's going on? Crypto Culture. D. Chiron. didn't JP get caught with some bricks of white on one of their boats, or was that someone else? No, that was JP Morgan. We love bringing that up because we know drug sentencing is so fair in the United States. I just love bringing that up. All right, next story up. Coronavirus-induced poverty will bring more Bitcoin crime in 2021, Kaspersky reports. Now, first of all, not for the crime, but for it bringing more light to the Bitcoin and digital industry, I have to hand clap it. All right. Again, not from the crime point of view, but from the point of view that this will be a thing, that this is even a topic, a headline, something that people are paying attention to. They're saying, hey, this digital money is not fake at all anymore. Not only is it not fake, it's real. And now they're saying, oh my God, you know, the whole the FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Bitcoin crimes are going to go up next year as the pandemic continues, right? Now, one thing I would say is all digital crime will go up next year because we're in this digital landscape, right? That's one of those things where you see these reports and people love the tout stats. One of the things I learned back in my early days as a youngin' in college is that you basically can make up any statistic you want, right? You can make the narrative around many statistics and make them seem like what you want. So when you say things like more Bitcoin crime in 2021, while that's probably true without me even reading the report, I will also say that more digital crime in 2021 will probably be up. Just like I would assume off the top of my head, there was more digital crime in 2020 than there were in 2019 or in 2010 or something, right? We're in a pandemic. Everyone's at home. Everyone's on Zoom. Everyone's on Google. There isn't cybersecurity out there. There's a knowledge of cybersecurity like we should know about it out there. Of course, digital crimes would be on the up. So again, when I see stories like this, to me, it's just more FUD because it's like, look, guys, like when you say Bitcoin crimes going up, I want to know, has all digital crime went down and just Bitcoin crime went up? No, it's going to be everything, right? So it's definitely a FUD article to me. But again, the good news part of it is that it's being put out there as something to watch because now people are going to say Bitcoin crime. I keep hearing about Bitcoin, but what is this Bitcoin crime? They're going to look it up. And next thing you know, you have people who's going to get bit by the Bitcoin bug or the crypto bug in general and come over. So to me, this story is more of a base hit. Again, already I don't fully agree with it as they talk about crypto crime because I think it'll be all digital crime across the digital landscape we'll see here in 2021. But for this article itself, cybersecurity specialist Kaspersky foresees a rise in crypto crime ahead as the COVID-19 epidemic hits national economies. Now, I do get why they're releasing this article. It's not just to say for Bitcoin crime. I think this is also to get companies and people prep for like the ransom, right? That's what people always want to get paid in, Bitcoin. A lot of people still are unfamiliar with that, and this article hits on that. So in a report on financial threats for 2021, based on data and patterns from this year, the company said Monday that attacks aimed at stealing Bitcoin will become more attractive as many nations plummet into poverty as a result of the pandemic. The compounding factor of weakening local currencies amid a crisis will also drive people to cybercrime, leading to more Bitcoin fraud as well as theft, the firm predicted. It said the focus will be on Bitcoin because it's the most widespread cryptocurrency. Now, again, I can agree with this. I can see what they mean. In a sense, I think maybe early on we might see that. But later on, if the poverty is as bad as they think it will be to the point where people were really going online to just steal Bitcoin because that's the way they're going to survive, I think we'll see more people stealing fiat currency. Because at the end of the day, I mean, let's not get it twisted. When you talk about stealing Bitcoin, and maybe that's what this report is about, it's for individuals and companies, as I just said, it's to help them protect it. But by and large, it's harder to steal Bitcoin. It's harder to steal crypto unless you're doing some type of social engineering attack where you're on Twitter and you're just like, hey, send me 3 Bitcoin and I'll send you $100,000 back, and somebody actually does it. Unless something like that is happening, it's harder to steal crypto. So I get where this company is going, Kaspersky, but again, I think it may be a little bit of FUD because unless, and again, I haven't read the report, but unless they're specifically talking about attacks that are being social engineered aimed at individuals, phishing attacks throughout companies, all those type of things, I don't see, again, this whole drive to cybercrime going to let's just steal all the Bitcoin we can. I see it still being fiat currency mainly the US dollar if possible. So then people could probably use that dollar to buy Bitcoin. But I see where the article's going. I see where the report's going. I mean, as a whole, I do agree with it. As we move into the future, less people will want to steal different fiat currencies. They're definitely not going to be trying to steal gold or stock portfolios. They're going to be like, I want that good old Bitcoin. I want that good old crypto. Hey, I can use it on my phone, on my internet. I can push it around the world. They're going to want that good crypto. So I do get what Kaspersky is saying. I do understand the reason why they have this report. And I will say it's probably a good report for those businesses and individuals to have that are unaware of cryptocurrency. But again, I still have to put that little fudge stroke on it as well, because it's like you kind of, you're scaring some people. You are definitely scaring some people. Again, in a change of tactic, Kaspersky also sees online criminals moving away from Bitcoin when demanding ransoms or payments from victims. The use of transition currencies with privacy-enhanced features such as Monero will see greater use as a way to hide criminals' tracks, the firm said. It will later be converted to cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. Again, I'm with you, but I also think these transition currencies, I like the new buzzword, Kaspersky, transition currencies like Monero and I'm assuming Zcash and the like, while they will be used to convert cryptocurrencies into Bitcoin, I also think that if that market gets big enough, people will stop converting it. And that's when you're really going to run into trouble, when people are just staying over into crypto. Bitcoin is the dollar, is the mainstream one that everybody uses, right? But you also have these subsets of Monero and stuff that are going to be treated almost like change, like the euro, like a different currency, where it's like, no, this is just as popular, this is just as powerful, and people can trade it now and liquidate out of it. Once you have that, then it won't be a transition currency. It'll just remain as a currency. All in all, again, just looking at the article, I get the report from Kaspersky. If I was, if I was a new business, or if I didn't know a lot about cryptocurrency or Bitcoin or the cybercrime and digital landscape, this report would help me. All right, I want to be clear about that. It is a good report. It would help me, but it also would scare me. I'd be like, oh my God, they're going to be trying to steal Bitcoin, right? Because again, it's also written as a FUD piece. And as always, you only see these pieces come out when Bitcoin is at $20,000, right? You don't see these pieces come out when it's $10,000 or whatever, right? Of course, we haven't seen that in the pandemic world when we're all online, but you only see these type of pieces come out when Bitcoin is at all-time high. So that is why I got to throw the FUD piece in it, but it's also a good article for those who don't know much about cybersecurity and crypto. Let's see a couple of quick comments. Crypto Culture said, JP the Snowman, LOL. I know, right? Bring back the snowman shirts. Listen, this probably shows my age. I remember when the snowman shirts came out. Those things were, they tried to make them illegal to wear to school. They were suspending kids from wearing the snowman shirts at school. So in protest, everyone wore long white tees, and then they tried to kick people out for that. It was crazy. When you really look back and think of that, it was like school administrators were kicking people out of school for t-shirts. That's right, people. America. Oh, my goodness. Come on. I was hoping we could get through the day without bringing it up, but I would do the one joke for it. That is right. The only thing that dropped harder than the price of Bitcoin this weekend was my boy Nate Robinson. Why did it have to be you? I don't even have to say why, Nate. We all know why. But for the culture, man, I didn't have a dog in that fight, but that was a tough one. But hey, we still with you, man. Keep your head up and buy some Bitcoin. It'll make you feel better, all right? Because if it's one thing that can fight, it's the price of Bitcoin. That's it, people. All right, I'm done with it. I am done with it. All right, last but not least, we're going to end this thing on a great news story. Pizza Hut to accept Bitcoin for pies in Venezuela. Oh my goodness. I swear it's like the universe understands where I'm coming from. I drove by a Pizza Hut yesterday, people. I didn't get any, but I seriously considered it. I haven't had Pizza Hut in forever. I would love one of their pizzas. It's good. I remember used to going in there for the buffet. We all remember that. When you broke, you got $7 to go in there and eat all day. You like sit around, eat a salad, sit around for more, get some more pizza, right? Well, it looks like fast food chains like Burger King and Church's Chicken already accept crypto payments in the South American nation. And it looks like you can now add this US-based pizza chain, Pizza Hut, to the list as well. I don't know why my voice just got high and cracked like that, but it did, as they begun accepting cryptocurrency payments in all its stores. Again, this is according to a November 27 tweet from Crypto Services from Crypto Buyer. Pizza Hut stores in the South American nation now accept crypto as a form of payment for food and drinks. The move follows the crypto firm partnering with Megasoft to drive adoption in Venezuela by facilitating crypto payments at more than 20,000 shops and businesses. That is crazy. As it says here, Pizza Hut nowadays cannot be detached from these technological advances and all those incorporating new approaches for daily necessities, said Richard El Khoury, General Director for Venezuelan operations of the pizza chain, in an interview with local news outlet El Exome. I can't even say that. It's important that we accommodate young people, modern adults, and people technologically knowledgeable. Again, shout out to Pizza Hut, hand clap. But I have to say, I don't understand why more companies and people don't do it. Again, everything we talk about, you see here. You get the free marketing, right? Like literally, free marketing. Oh, Pizza Hut's accepting Bitcoin. Let's talk about it, right? Free marketing. You have additional customers. There won't be people not coming to Pizza Hut because you offer Bitcoin. I mean, maybe Jamie Dimon, Warren Buffett, and their pals, but I don't think those billionaires are eating at Pizza Hut anyway. I think they might actually fly in the private chefs who made the secret Pizza Hut recipe and have them cook them a pizza for lunch or something, right? Or they're like little midday snack, all right? So by and large, you know, it's a company saying that we're going to promote Bitcoin, so you get free marketing. You're not losing any customers because people aren't going to stop coming to your company because you're using Bitcoin. Let's see, what else do you get? You have another way to get money. You have another way to invest your own money once you get your Bitcoin, if you keep it in Bitcoin. But again, there is nothing negative about accepting and adopting technology. And it's crazy that they have to have a press release to come out and put out there like, yeah, we want to accommodate young people, modern adults, and people using technology. Like, everyone should be doing that. Every company, all aspects and facets of the United States should be doing this right here, yet we're not. So again, shout out to Pizza Hut for doing it. I can't wait until this gets launched in the United States. I'm not like a huge Pizza Hut guy, but if they start letting us buy Bitcoin with it, I'll definitely come through. So shout out to Pizza Hut down there in Venezuela. We know a lot's going on down there with the cryptocurrency scene and environment. So hopefully this can lead to more countries following its lead. All right, last couple of quick comments before we call it a day. Jizzy J said, why the hell would you give a $20,000 coin for a slice of pizza? Well, you know what's going on with their money. They got backpacks full of cash. It's not that still can't pay for a slice. So they're going to crypto. Let's see. Ryan James said, it depends how big is that pizza. What's going on? But that's none of my crypto. Hello, hello, hello. Crypto Bully said, I have some Bitcoin Hex for Pizza Hut. There we go. All right, as always, thanks for watching the show. We will be back tomorrow with some more crypto news. Make sure you smash that like and share. And other than that, that is all. Cheers.